Acid Roots. I've got another review for you, and this is Ciara. So the reason why I'm doing her is just because, I understand that liking all the stuff that I like, you kind of need I can't think of the word, but you need something to lighten the mood, kind of like the I don't want to be disrespectful to my female viewers out there, but we need like some comedy relief, you know what I mean? And it's not really comedy relief because I'm not looking to Ciara to crack me up, but this all this talk about wanting to kill someone, you need something different. So I figured, who better than dancing sensation Ciara to do this for us. And if you don't know who she is, she's someone. She first came out about 10 years ago. She had a song with Lil Jon that really blew up, and she just became known for her dancing songs. And I think that that's necessary, just because that's one of the main things that you're going to do with the opposite sex. So yeah, so it's definitely something. I have no problem with it. I like dancing, and I feel like it's interesting. So, there's been dancing movies, just all sorts of things. But the problem with it is just Ciara, we needed a little bit of something more that she was also good at. Because there's some ballads on here that don't quite win me over. And it's one of the hardest things about R&B is just trying to keep the energy on a slower song. And most people aren't willing to do that. So, unfortunately, if you're not going to do that, if you're going to slow it down, I feel like the production has to be a KO. And, it just doesn't happen. But this is decent. It's a decent record. It's got some good, crafty party numbers on there. And, she doesn't slip when she's doing it right. So she knows what she's doing when it comes to like these trunk rattlers. So, but so we'll talk about them. There's not really records that you can smoke to, but I do feel like if you're out one night or some nights, here's a couple records. Song O is a good one. Hotline's a good one. Looking at You's kind of it's a little bit of a hard acquired taste, but it's still a good song. And 1-2 Step is a good one. So these are some good smoking songs. And on a couple of, Ciara brings some rappers in too. So Ludacris is on here, Petey Pablo's on here. There's just some people. But yeah, the production, it's good at times. Just those same beats that I mentioned, songs I mentioned. But we'll talk about the unheard songs. So there are 12 songs on this record, and what that means is I like 6 of them. So Goodies was a very good song. 1-2 Step was a very good song. O was a very good song. Hotline, this one was kept the energy, and I feel like it's an at night song that you could also dance to, be around others with. Looking at You's that song's a little shaky, but I still liked it. Just might take a listen, but it's another dance record. It's definitely good. And then Other Chicks, that one just kind of felt like something to where it wasn't, that it was not, just didn't feel super sensitive. And I feel like that's kind of, a good thing. Just records like Next to You and I and the title just kind of happen to be more focused on being one-on-one, and you just so I just feel like that kind of slowed it down. But all it is, it just isn't completely. If it was as good as the song "Oh" or "One Two Step," I probably wouldn't mind. But they just didn't work out that well. I mean, you have to be able to do that. I really haven't seen many people who've been able to do the slower songs to a T. But if you do like it, there are some numbers on here for it. So, but yeah, those were the 6 songs, and yeah, you can definitely do something. I will say that they are kind of dated. Songs like Goodies that have been on the radio for 10 years. Some of these, if you're still trying to dance to them, you have to do it with, if you're going to dance, you have to know more than just 2 dancing songs. So that's really all it is, because, they've shown their age, and, people have gone crazy to it. So, but, it's okay to bring it back, and it's okay to, still dance to them. But that's virtually it. Ciara's good at that sort of style, but just the problem with it is they just got probably overplayed. But other than that, I'm gonna give this record a 5 out of 10. It's because I like 6 out of 12. I guess I could give it a 5.5 just because I like them. I'll give it a 5.5, and for the social score, I will give it. It's kind of tough. Some of these records people have heard, and she's pretty accessible, but there just isn't nearly enough. She knows she's good at that first song that you heard from her, but you just don't get that enough. Plus, the record's only 12 songs. So I'm going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5.5 social too. Just because it's difficult, just because people are going to know who she is, but it just isn't enough of what she's good at. But alright, I give this album a 5.5 and a 5.5 social. Subscribe for more fun.